Hey guys, Silver Flame here. I don't usually do these videos, but Kev kept encouraging me. He seems to think I have a pretty good read on the meta and how things are going to pan out based on the cards that are revealed. So here we are. Celestial Guardians A3 comes out in 6 days. A few cards have leaked. So I'm not going to go full deep dive on it. I'm just gonna share what I think about some of the cards that are revealed. When the full set leaks or the full set is revealed, I will do a longer video. I'll crack open a Monster energy drink and my cookies and everything and start theory crafting. What I will share, however, is my expectations for this set. That I can share. So we're gonna go by type. Grass. What do I want to see from grass? I want a good attacker. What do I mean by this? Grass has great ramp cards like Superior. It has Leafeon, but it doesn't have a reliable attacker. Meowscarada, even though it's good, it's a meta call card. So it's only good when EX cards are dominant. Plus, it only needs 2 energy to be functional. Celebi is incredibly inconsistent with its coin flip mechanics. What else do you got? Beedrill, low energy. Executor, coin flip mechanic. So what do I want? I want a strong hidden basic. I don't care if it requires 6 to 7 grass energies to function. I want something that rewards me for sacrificing the early game to ramp up into it. Number 1, what's next? Water. What do I want from water? What do I want from water? They have a lot of good stuff. I'll come back to that. Fire. I'll come back to that. What's next? Fighting. Oh, I know what I want for fighting. I want speed in fighting. What do I mean by that? Right now, fighting has no way of accelerating itself. Its only function is to slow down the game enough that you get the pieces for its energies. And it has amazing cards. It has Lucario EX, which is an amazing card. It's crime. It's in a meta where everything accelerates. Psychic accelerates with Giratina, which essentially accelerates everything. Magnezone is accelerated through Magneton. Manaphy accelerates like crazy. Grass has ramp, which doesn't have a payoff. So I want some sort of speeding up fighting. Give me that. Just give me that. And I'll be happy. Right? Psychic. Psychic or Steel. I want Metagross. Give me Metagross. Right? Give me Metagross and I'll be happy. That's all I'm asking for this game. Give me Metagross. Gross, whatever. Fire. I want... Here's my gripe with fire type decks. You either do dummy damage and have to discard your energy, or you take too long to ramp because you have to rely on Moltres. So what do I want from fire? I want something that does not rely on Moltres. That's what I want. Now, I do have options. There's Ninetales, there's Infernape, which are good decks in their own right. I just don't care for those Pokemon too much. I like the Heatran Infernape deck. I like the mechanic behind it. I like how you have to set up the 2-punch knockout. It's great. And I honestly thought that deck was going to do better in this meta, considering Darkrai is everywhere, Druddigon is everywhere, you could easily set up Heatran to start pumping out that 80 damage while you build up the Infernape. It doesn't pan out. It doesn't come online quick enough. And it's a stage 2 Pokemon, which leads me to overall. Give me rare candy. Give me rare candy, man. It's the time. DNA has consistently tried to introduce chaos into this game for the sake of stage 2 evolutions. Whenever a developer introduces randomness into a game, it is an admittance that they are incapable of balancing their game. They could have introduced rare candy well before they introduced Iono or Team Rocket Grunt, yet they didn't. You cannot convince me that stage 2 evolutions are good or they are reliable, because they are not. They rely on luck to work, and that is not fun. It's just simply not fun. What I want, give me rare candy. Give me something that takes my Pokemon from stage 1 to stage 2. Or give me something that helps me reliably search for the pieces that I need. Or give me something that can evolve my stage 1 from the deck with an item. Something. Give me something to reliably reach that stage 2 Pokemon, and I'll be happy. For water, I still don't know what I want for water type. They have healing, they have ramp, they have bulk. They have aggro with Starmie, EX. Like, what more could I ask from water? Do I have a favorite type water that I want? Not really. You have Vaporeon to move your energy around. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I know what I want for water. I want a Floatzel enabler. So Floatzel dropped not too long ago as a promo card, and I love how it functions. 1 energy does 10 damage, but if it's already damaged, it does 60 more for a total of 70, something like that. Stage 1, I love it. There's no way to enable that. Spiritomb sucks with it. What was the other one that people were trying to run with it? Palkia takes too long to set up. Give me something to enable this card, and it's going to be a fun deck. Yeah, that's what I want from water. Fire, something that doesn't rely from Moltres. Electric! How could I forget electric? I definitely want something here. I want high damage from it. So the problem with electric and what's keeping me from playing these decks is that they are turbo aggro, but they have a ceiling on how much damage they can do. And the only one that can break that ceiling is Pikachu EX, the second one, from Shining Revelry, and it discards all its energy. And there's no way, and I've had this gripe with electric types ever since the type started with Magneton. I love Magneton ever since it came out, before Magnezone was a thing. My problem was that, I could generate the energy, what do I do with it? And before you had Lieutenant Surge, that you can channel it into a Raichu and go for a 1-2 punch. That's how relevant was that? Not too much. Because Pikachu EX, the original, stock up your bench attack, was more dominant. It was faster, it was more consistent. Then came Magnezone, which really did, give you something to use that energy with. But what happened is that he ended up being a battery for every other fucking type. You just splash it with dark energy. Well, you just generate. You just splash it with steel energy, with Skarmory. Oh, you just don't. No. I want a legitimate battery. And you have Electivire, but Electivire requires you to discard them first before you can stockpile them, right? So I want, again, it's the same issue with grass. I want something that rewards you for stalling out the early game in favor of stockpiling energies. Just give me that. Where was I? Yeah, I want this for electric. I want that for fire. Water, floatal enabler, grass, a payoff for the energy. Electric, same thing. Give me something, you know. Zapdos does do a lot of damage. Again, coin flip mechanic. Alright. Steel. Teal. No, I pretty much have everything that I want from Steel. I just don't care for the cards that have come out. Dialga was pretty baller. Yeah, I just want Metagross. Overall, I want Rick Handies. What else do I want from this set? Fire, electric, fighting, psychic, steel. That's it, right? Colorless. Do I want anything from colorless? No, never really cared for colorless. Ah, yeah. I remember now. Dark. I like poison strats. I really do, but what do I feel like missing from poison strats? Because you have the Clodsire deck with that graffiti monkey in the back. And it works. What don't I like about that deck? It has a high damage if you attack a poisoned. It has a way of poisoning the opponent. Right? From the bench. It's a better Scolipede. I think it's a better Scolipede. Because even its Prevolution can poison you. And even if you want a reliable way of poisoning, you have Wheezing. So what's keeping me from playing poison decks? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Something is keeping me from playing poison decks and I can't figure it out. And as vague as it is, like, let me think about this. What would make me want to play poison decks? When I was playing Wheezing Darkrai, what made me want to play that deck? Is that you had other forms of pinging instead of just poison, right? Like you poison and then you could retreat out wall while you still ping them consistently with Darkrai. I like that game style. I don't know why it went away. Maybe it's still around and I haven't seen it, but everybody then just went to the Venoshock form of playing poison decks, where you poison them, big hit, oh, big damage. I don't like that. No, if I'm gonna play a poison deck, I want to slowly Anaconda chokehold you to submission, right? And then there's the Arbok lockdown deck where you poison them with the promo Ekans. Evolve, lock them down. They can't escape. They're getting poisoned. Which is, yeah, but then you have to start the process again. And I haven't seen a reliable way of starting that up again. So then now how do I translate that to what I want to see? What do I want? I want a poison counter that does 20 per turn to EXs. That's what I want. This might be too busted, and the counter is already there in Nurse Joy. If this ever gets out of control, people are just going to splash in Nurse Joy and counter it. But give me this, because right now the issue is that you can poison an EX, and there's potions, and if it's a water type, there's Irida. If it's grass type, there's Erica. There's so many heals going around, and they're so bulky. When the heck are you going to win? So give me a turbo poison counter that will do extra damage to EXs, and I will be happy with dark types. Yeah, this is what I'm expecting from the next set. I think this is good. So let's go on. and start actually looking at these cards and see what they give me. You're not Metagross. Bad start. Solgaleo EX 180. That's bulky. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch it in with your active Pokemon. Okay, so that's essentially a free retreat that you can reduce combined with Shaman so that he only retreats for one. He only requires 2 energies. This Pokemon also does 10 damage to itself. So let me get this straight. You could combine this with Dialga, right? Let me think of the common steel type leads. You have Dialga. That when you turn 1, okay, whatever. Turn 2, you attack, you send the energy to him, and next turn you can just fly in for free and do 120 damage. And 10 to itself. Whoopee. Giant Cape exists. Potions exist. What's the downside to this? Just that? The damage? That you could have to fly into a Druddigon and do 50 to yourself? I'm sure there's ways to work around that. You could just not attack with Solgaleo. Build up an alternative. Wait for Sabrina's. I like this card. I like this card a lot. I'm going to be thinking of ways to exploit this. It's 2 steals, so you're probably going to have to pair it up with Dialga. However, what if you pair it up with Skarmory? Start Skarmory, item, 1 energy. You start punching for 50 damage. As you're building this guy up. This, oh my goodness, this guy replaced Heatran in the Skarmory Magnezone deck. He's cheaper. He gives you a free switch. This is a better Heatran deck. Skarmory Magnezone deck is going to be bonkers. It's going to be one of the first things that I try. Oh, no, never mind. I'm tripping. I didn't see that stage 2. I got excited for nothing. I thought this was a basic. Never mind. I'm not excited anymore. I can't get excited for stage 2 Pokemon. I just can't. Another stage 2 Pokemon. Alright, Lunala EX. Psychic Connect. Once during your turn, you may move all psychic energy from one of your benched Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So this is Lieutenant Surge. This is Lieutenant Surge on steroids. That's pretty busted considering Giratina exists. One retreat cost, 100 damage, 108, pretty good bulk. You can accelerate this really efficiently. I like it. All right, yeah, it's still a stage 2. I can't get excited for stage 2 Pokemon. Rowlet, I really don't care about any of these. Yeah, okay, this is a good example. Give me this. This Pokemon does that 10 damage to itself. It does 30 damage. It's 1 energy. That's the trade-off I want to see for this. Because now it doesn't rely on Moltres. It's low energy. It does a lot of damage, but you're paying a price for it that's not discarding an energy. I want more of this. Give me more of this. I hope Incineroar is more of this. Okay, good start. Whatever about these two, yeah. So I'm excited for, it's like half excited for these two. I'm more excited for Solgaleo than Lunala. Litten is a sign. It's a glimmer of hope, right? Same cards. Meowth, Scratch, whatever. Dazzle. Oricario. Do I want to open this? What is this? Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused for 2 energy 40. Eh. You know, whatever. Raichu EX. Alolan. Raichu. 140. Electric type. Stage 1. 60 plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Oh, okay, so it's a psychic. Yeah, it's whatever. It's psychic. It's 60, 30. It's Alakazam. It comes up faster than Alakazam. It's electric. Its weakness, it's not meta right now. Could be good. 1 retreat cost. It's a better Alakazam for this meta. Just, it is what it is. Oricorio. What does this do? If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, if your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack deals. So it's 1 energy. The Ghost Marshmallow, Marshadow. It does 80. It does less damage, 1 energy. It's still a lot of damage. It's still something to look out for. How good will it be? How often do you knock out Pokemon in Psychic decks? What are the dominant Psychic decks right now? Alright, you have Giratina with Mewtwo. You ain't throwing that in there. That's like the only good Psychic deck right now. Lake Trio decks. Do you really want to make room in a Lake Trio deck for this? I wouldn't. Call forth cold, Alolan Vulpix. A basic, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. It's good ramp, but I need to see the payoff. Is Alolan Ninetales here? It's not. I need to see the payoff for this, and I'll combine it with Vaporeon. Like that. Like that, I will combine it with Vaporeon. But I need to see the payoff. Give me the payoff. Alolan Marowak. Stage 1, Fire type, 110. Burning Boomerang, 70 types. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 70 damage for each heads. If at least one of them is heads, your active Pokemon is now burned. This will happen more often than you think. Statistically speaking, when you flip 2 coins, the most likely outcome is you get 1 heads. So 50% of the time, you will be walking away with 70 damage and a burn. For 3 energy though. 50% of the time. The other 50% of the time, you either do nothing or you do 140 damage plus the burn. Pair this up with Moltres, because that's the only fucking ramp there is. I don't see this sufficient enough. When you compare Moltres up with Charizard, for example, why would you pair it with this? There was another burn deck. There was Macargo with Houndoom, I think, that Mega Mogwai built. I wouldn't pair that in there either. Flip 2 coin. It's just that flip 2 coins, man. It just feels so bad that if you do nothing and you're investing 3 energy into something that has 110 energy. With a water weakness, nah, I'm not getting excited for this. Rotom decks. Look at the top card of your deck, then you may shuffle your deck. Nah. If it were any other card game with 40 cards, 60 cards, these cards would be good decks and Rotom decks, but it's a 20 card deck. It's whatever. Ooh, rare candy. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves that Pokemon, put that card into your basic evolve, skipping stage 1. You can't use this card during the first turn or on a basic Pokemon. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. How does it actually fit? How does it actually fit into decks practically? What would you replace? Right? Now, I remember back when I used to play TCG, there was this thing where you would run 4 basics, 2 stage 1s, 3 stage 3s, something like that. I don't remember exactly. Is that what we would do now? Because most stage 1s, other than Magneton, kind of suck. So would you swap them out? Right? So I'm gonna use a deck that's not meta, and then I'm gonna use a deck that's meta to theory craft this. All right. So let's go Mamoswine, for example. I love playing in the Mamoswine deck. How would I implement this into that deck? Well, I'll tell you right now. I would really consider taking out Piloswine, because Piloswine is in an awkward stage where it requires 3 energy. It's not quite bulky. It has a high retreat cost. Swine up with a leaf, you could get it out. Mamoswine, by the time it's out, you're ready to go. So usually my turns go an optimal turn. You start Manaphy, you have a Swinub and a Palkia Origin. You're going second. You put an energy on Manaphy. You ramp up. You can't evolve anyways, right? Turn 2, you can put 3 energies on the Mamoswine. And by then, you usually evolve him, have him ready, and you have 2 energies on the Palkia. So if a Sabrina or anything happens, now they're both ready and activated. Now, let's imagine instead on that turn, you rare candy the Swinub. So now you rare candy, you send it Swinub, they're both at 1 energy, you Manaphy again. Well, before you Manaphy, you drop an energy. Now it's at 2, you Manaphy, now it's at 3, now it's online. Now your Mamoswine is online. And Palkia's online. Did it make any difference? In that scenario, no. Because you still had to build up the Mamoswine. And it still was going to come online the next turn. Even if you didn't have rare candy. So the only thing that you did was that you got to your stage 2 bulk a turn sooner, but you still can't use him a turn sooner. Less you ran a Vaporeon, but who the hell is going to run a Vaporeon with Mamoswine? Right? Now let's, for example, you know who this is good for? Superior. This is bonkers for Superior because you get it online and it's an immediate effect that doesn't require energy to become effective. This is good for Infernape because Infernape by turn 2 you can have, so okay, let me make a list of the stage 2s. This gets me excited to play. Let's make a list about this. Okay, Superior gets me excited for this. As an asterisk. No, it actually does get me excited because if you have Delsim, whatever the anchor is called, you can get them online really quick. A turn 2, oh dude, I love this. Yeah, I'm excited for Superior. Infernape can take advantage of this because he requires 2 energy. Boom, turn 2. Bam, 40. Under the 40, turn 2 is nothing to scoff at. Okay? How effective it is going to be for the rest of the match, that could be killer. Yeah, considering you could win off of that, because you can boost it up to 160, that will just annihilate a lot of setup teams' plans. So that gets me excited. Who else? What stage 2? Greninja. I mean, it helps Greninja. Is it gonna make him busted? Maybe. It's definitely gonna make Darkrai Greninja more. So I'll put him like down here. Right. Mamoswine. It doesn't get me excited for Mamoswine. It doesn't get me excited for Magnezone. Not excited. Excited. Who else? Charizard. Does it get me excited for Charizard? Not really. It gets me excited for the shiny Charizard. Because being able to stoke a turn sooner can actually matter. I'm actually excited to see this with a shiny Charizard. The problem with shiny Charizard is that you're a sitting duck there, but if you're a sitting duck there before the opponent can actually do something about it and get that stoke, that's oof. So I'd like it on shiny Charizard. What's another one? Blastoise doesn't get me excited because Blastoise EX because he requires setup anyways. That's energy based. Old Charizard EX, same thing. Mewtwo EX, same. No, well, he's a basic. Never mind. Stage 2's Venusaur doesn't get me excited for Venusaur. Stage 2's that I look forward. Butterfreeze. There's Beedrill. Does this get me excited for Beedrill? This gets me hella excited for Beedrill. Oh my goodness, this might actually propel Beedrill to the stratosphere. Mega! Beedrill thrives coming out onto the field as quickly as possible to actually deny your opponent. And to get him turn 2, or like at the soonest, 1, 2, 3, turn 4. Oh, that is nasty. Turn 1, you can get him turn 3, but you're not going to have the energy to do something with him. He's just going to be sitting on 1 energy. But he's going to be there. And if he comes out early enough and starts hitting and crushing your energies with Team Rocket, what's it called? Grunts? Goodness gracious, that is annoying. So I like it. Okay, I like the Beedrill. Meowscarada. Do I like it for Meowscarada? I kind of do. I'm not as excited as for Serperior or for an Ape or Shiny Charizard, but you know, I'm sort of excited. Who else? Who else we got there? Tinkaton. No. It doesn't. I don't get excited for Tinkaton. No. Not that coin flip effect. Bronze Orbiman. Who else we got? Magnezone. Let's go through the sets. Who else is stage 3? Greninja, we already mentioned it. Scolipede. Does this get me excited for Scolipede? Not really. No, it doesn't. I was trying to think of a different angle. No, Gengar. Oh my goodness, Gengar. Gengar might be meta. Gengar EX might be meta now. Oh, that is disgusting, dude. Disgusting. Oh, he's going to the top. I might actually start rolling for him. Straight up, I might actually start rolling for him. Oh, that is disgusting control. If you get a Gengar EX turn 2. Again, this is going to benefit stage 2s that don't require energy setup. If they just have a Pokemon ability that says you lose, you're probably going to lose. Yeah, I'm excited for this card. I'm excited for this card. Awesome. Awesome. Good call. Well, and I do have to, again, in practical sense, is this a one size fit all forever? I don't think it is. It doesn't feel like it is. You cannot search this card out. You can't search for this card, and you can't mulligan this card. The advantage of stage 1 Pokemon when you're running a stage 2 is that you can at least Pokemon comms, right? I don't want it. Send it back and then get whatever you're looking for. You can't do that with this card. You draw this card, you're stuck with it until you get that stage 2. So again, can you run it in tandem with Pokemon comms? Will it help with Pokeball? No, it won't help with Pokeballs. Well, maybe. Excuse me. I'm going to have to theory craft. I'm going to have to theory craft, but something inside me tells me that this is not a one-size-fit-all card. Ilima. Put one of your colorless Pokemon that has damage on it into your hand. You know, who's a wall? A colorless wall. Arceus, but you're losing a lot of energy and you usually don't have a lot to give on Arceus. Wigglytuff. This could make the Wigglytuff Bibarel heal deck annoying. Could. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not the guy to figure that out. Lana. You can use this card only if you have Araquanid in play. Switch in one of your opponent's benched Pokemon to the active spot. Is Araquanid here? No, it's not. So I can't judge on that. Choose one of your Alolan, Marowak, or something. Take 2 fire energy from your energy and attach it to that Pokemon. Your turn ends. Maybe. Maybe, but you're probably running into the problem that Brock and Lieutenant Surge and Blaine decks run into, is that you're relying on this card to come out. Acerola or Acerola, I don't know. Choose one of your Palossand or Mimikyu that has damage on it and move 40 of its damage to your active Pokemon. Choose one of your... Depending on these cards, I could see this with Dusknoir. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dusknoir with Rare Candy is gonna be insane. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to theory crafting with that. Mallow. Heal all damage from one of your Shiinotic or Sarina. I don't know what these are. If you do, discard all energy from that Pokemon. I have to see the cards. Otherwise, I can't comment on them. Sophocles. During this turn, attacks used by your Alolan Golem, Vikavolt, or Togedemaru do 30 man. Okay, again, I need to see those cards, otherwise I can't comment. Where are we? Lily. Heal 60 damage from one of your stage 2 Pokemon. Could be good. Depends on the Pokemon. Like on the really bulky ones, this is annoying. Oh my god, I'm gonna splash this into my Mamoswine deck so quickly. Dartrix. Doesn't show me mine. Turka, whatever. Rayquaza. Oh no. He's colorless. Keep this card in mind before I actually read this card. Are you... Well, you're under 40. 4 energy, Draco Meteor, 2 retreat cost. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random. Okay, Dragonite. It's a basic Dragonite. It's a basic Dragonite that you can ramp up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you can search him. Oh my goodness, dude. The 18 support Rayquaza. I don't know if you would run it or not. But consider you have... okay. How can I exploit this? There's Dialga, you can exploit it with Manaphy. Promo? Is that on everything, or am I... okay. It's a fun card. If you like Dragonite, you'll like this. You'll love this. Right? You can wrap it up. He's colorless. You can bounce him back if you need to, so you don't get any knockouts. Whatever. It doesn't do as much damage. I don't think it does. But whatever. It's... Will it be meta? No, probably not. Inconsistency. It is what it is. And that's it. Alright, so... yeah, I'll do another video. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'll do another video when the full set drops. I'll actually crack up. I was expecting more, dude. I had my monster here ready to go deep dive, but it just didn't happen. So, yeah, give us a like, give us a follow. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you guys later.